Government continues to promote private sector growth with the focus remaining on tourism developments to grow the island's economy. This was reflected in a meeting that was held with local businesses yesterday, organised by the Chamber of Commerce, with the Premier Toke Talangi and New Zealand High Commissioner Excellency Mark Blumsky being the special guest speakers. Premier Talangi says he was pleased with the discussions that revolved around tax reforms and issues with land and investments.
Land issues with respect to the ability of people to get land, lease land firstly. But there are ways around that, and I think it's important for me now to go and talk to the landowners here and perhaps call a public meeting so that we can sit down and talk about some of these issues and ways that we can negotiate good arrangements for them if that's what they wish, because I believe that we should be smarter in the way that we do these things, and we should also be working with people so that we can get some benefits from that land. It shouldn't lie there idle or used only for planting towers, whatever it is that they do with that at the present moment. They also talk about the fact that there was a lack of accommodation at the present moment and said that was a big problem. I agree it's a problem. It's a short-term problem, but it's also a positive thing, because people now know that there is a shortage, therefore they can go and do their houses up and rent them out. There is a ready market for it, so it's an excellent opportunity for people to in fact take advantage of that. I was generally happy with the meeting with the private sector last night. I mean, we talked about a number of things, and wide-ranging, and the High Commissioner was there, and he talked about New Zealand's support for Niue, and I was very pleased with that. And I'm very pleased generally with our relationship with New Zealand Ministry at the present moment, and we continue to talk about how we can grow the economy using tourism as a driving force behind that.
There are also ongoing discussions for a second air service to the island. Premier Talangi says there should be more accommodation available with expansions to the Matawai Resort and other developments. The government has also asked New Zealand for some guarantees and support towards the second flight.
We're going to talk to New Zealand about that, and hopefully the second service will start by June next year, May, June, July, August, September next year. So all of those things are in place at the present moment. It's just a question of ensuring that we don't expose ourselves too much to the risks of losing money or using the underwrite. Up to the present time, we haven't been using the underwrite. The current service to Niue is a good one for Air New Zealand. It's a good one for Niue. More and more tourists are coming here. It's all very positive for us, and I'm very, very pleased.
Premier Talangi says that the developments on the island look promising and that the meeting with the private sector was very productive. Elderly folks were honoured once again in a special program hosted by NEVAT yesterday in recognition and celebration of those who were instrumental in building and developing Niue into what it is today. NEVAT spokesperson Kim Revaha says that the program hosted by NEVAT is a recognition and celebration of the elderly citizens of Niue as a fountain of knowledge to be tapped into as part of documenting parts of Niue's history through the eyes of its people. The annual gathering, now into its second year, is a way of bringing the elderly honoured citizens of Niue together to share stories, enjoy a day out and discuss issues about the climate.
It's about climate change, because according to the speech this morning, the Excellency said climate change is real these days. Things have changed, the climate has changed. And of course, for Niue's case, it's not just yesterday that the climate has changed. We have been having cyclones and storms, droughts, throughout our life of this country. So it is the aim of this gathering here to gather from the old folks. How did they manage? How did they manage to live after a cyclone, or how do they prepare themselves for drought, and what is there available for them to sustain life over here, rather than hop in a plane and move on. Each person will just have to tell his or her story about particular things like the ecosystem of Niue, food security of Niue, and also the infrastructure and the climate itself. So those are their work today. We're just trying to tap into the traditional knowledge. It's going to be an annual one. So after this one here, we'll think up of another topic for next year, because the one we had last year was to do with their lifetime stories. We are going to collate and compile a book of their lifetime stories, because those type of lifetime stories will help us determine the history of this country through the eyes of their experience. And this one now is to do with climate change. Yeah, in their eyes and their experience. We are going to compile into a book of the records. Yeah, because we would just like to record what happened. Otherwise, it will just die with the age, die with them, and we'll never know what happened.
This year's program was supported by the University of the South Pacific through the Pacific Centre for Environment and Sustainable Development and the European Union Regional Project. It concluded on a high note with singing, dancing and food. As Pacific Island leaders met for the Palm 6 meeting in Japan a few weeks ago, youth from the region also attended the Young Palm meeting that was held in Miyakojima City in the Okinawa Prefecture. The first Young Palm meeting was held concurrently with Palm 6 and enabled 32 secondary school students from the Pacific region to attend and discuss environmental issues. Niue High School was represented by Lilene Morrissey and Jinam Hopotoa. We caught up with them this week to find out about the trip and the learning experience, exchanging ideas and culture.
A lot of our issues were talked about pollution, and we gave some solutions like they could, like for instance here in Niue, like renew a lot of the water tanks, and in other countries create more like tanks in which other people can have easier access to. For example, the Solomons, where sometimes their water is cut short. My highlight was meeting all the different kind of people. It was a great experience exchanging cultures, especially with the Japanese, even though it was kind of hard communicating with them because a lot of them had a hard time speaking in English, but they're really nice about it. They just ask you to be patient.
Both students say that they learned a lot and look forward to sharing this knowledge with their peers. Recommendations from the Young Palm discussions were also presented to the leaders at the Palm 6 meeting. Months of practices and preparations is about to pay off for 20 dancers, weavers, singers and artists as they get ready to put on their final show before heading off to the Pacific Festival of Arts in the Solomon Islands. Niue's team leader Robin Hicko says that they will be joined by an additional 5 performing artists from New Zealand-based Niueans. The festival is held every 4 years and funding is always an issue, but this time round, Niue is fortunate to be travelling on a chartered flight from New Zealand to the Solomons with the New Zealand delegation. The theme for this year's festival is Culture in Harmony with Nature. The 11th festival may be the largest in its history in terms of organising, with an expected 3,000 artists and cultural performances, practitioners from 27 Pacific countries. It is recognized as a major international cultural event and is the largest gathering in which Pacific peoples unite to gain respect for and appreciation of one another within the context of the changing Pacific. Pacific groups will descend upon the Solomons in 2 weeks' time for the 11th Pacific Arts Festival, but Niue's team is set to depart next week. The Niue Pacific Arts Festival team will have their final show this coming Saturday, where they will be displaying and showcasing what they will be presenting at the festival, and that showcase will be held at Niue High School Multipurpose Hall at 6 p.m. You may have noticed a strange sight while driving around in Alufi South. Avi's Ark is the latest project of a local businessman, Avi Rubin, who has literally taken one man's junk and turned it into a trendy dining spot.
My wife said, get this piece of junk out of here when she first saw it. But now that it's all painted and fixed up, people just come and take pictures and they enjoy coming here and sitting here, and it's a good atmosphere, it's a good vibe. We saw the old boat and it was getting in worse and worse condition. And It was just something that I thought I can turn into something nice. So I saw the potential in it when I saw it. I figured out it would be nice and it would be unique. The boat is a bit late, and we are having an ice cream parlor in the front, and at the moment we don't have enough ice cream. So when the ice cream comes, hopefully next week. In fact, my daughter's birthday is on June 29, and I'm hoping to open it by then. It will be the first official birthday party here. Okay, basically, during lunch, this place will be open with the ice cream parlor and sushi ready-made. And at dinner time, we have an intercom system here where people can just buzz intercom, and it goes to the waitress in the front, and she can take the order and bring it up.
The innovative move seems to be working, with visitors keen to have a look around and locals wondering when the new restaurant will be open.
And in the end of the day, I also wanted to show, as part of my work in the Chamber of Commerce, that if we are to attract people here and we want to give people a unique experience, things need to be unique here. Because we're not really competing against each other here. The big picture is we are competing against other islands. And for me, when a tourist comes here, you should have a great day every day, not have a couple of good things and then 3 boring days. So if everybody puts up something unique, when somebody comes here for a week, every day they can have something different. And when they go back, they say, yeah, Niue was a great place, you know.
It goes to show that there is potential in everything if you have vision, innovation and time to invest with a bit of capital to deliver something unique. And that concludes our news bulletin for tonight. We do hope that you have an enjoyable weekend ahead. Don't forget to go and check out the Arts Festival showcase on Saturday at the Niue High School Hall. And also all the best to those who will be playing cricket this weekend.